I was astounded by the beauty that I saw in the airport. There was an elephant in particular, a statue of an elephant that I saw. And it was massive, and it brought some sort of peace to me. Walking through the airport, I felt like, wow, I'm in a new place and it's going to be great. But as soon as I stepped outside into the air, I was shocked at what I saw and what I smelled. There was so much smog, and the stench was horrific. I will never forget what I saw that night and how I was almost kind of disgusted by it, because I had seen this beautiful airport and all these amazing statues and pictures, and then to be greeted by the smog and the stench in New Delhi, I just thought to myself, wow, this is not very inviting. And then I got to the hotel and we had to go through a metal detector. A metal detector? I thought maybe I was going through a courthouse or something. I mean, I'd never seen that before. But I guess it's just for our protection. I mean, I don't know, maybe the crime is high, or there are a lot of things I didn't know about India, except for the poverty. And I guess with poverty comes crime, because when people don't have anything, they'll just take. And that's what they did, or they do. Well, at least I experienced people asking me when I went out the next day around the town. That was mind-blowing too. There was so much traffic, so many people, it was overcrowded, and everybody wanted something. They kept coming up to me and asking me for money and trying to sell me things, and it was overbearing, actually. It was pretty overbearing. And I saw stray dogs, filth everywhere, monkeys, loose monkeys. Never seen loose monkeys. It was kind of a sad situation, me being the empathetic person that I am and feeling so deeply. I got this overpowering sense of sadness for these people that live this way. And then it took me back to a movie that I had seen, Slumdog Millionaire, and I remember scenes in that movie where they showed the poverty and all of that, and I was like, well, that's definitely true. You just never know until you go and you see for yourself. And then you think about like where you are or where you're from, or you know what you have, and you take things for granted, not realizing that there are people out there that have absolutely nothing. And then it all makes sense as to why they want to come to America and not have to live in that way. And I did have an associate that's from India. I no longer speak to him, but he boasted to me about being wealthy and having lots of money and living this lavish life. And I shared my experience with him of when I went to India, and I said, oh, it seems like it's such a poor country, or from what I saw. He's like, oh, no, all the parts are not like that. You know, where I'm from, it's not like that. Almost like this, this air of smuggishness, and I'm better than the people that are poor, and it really bothered me how arrogant he sounded, and just the way he was. And he said, yeah, you can come, I'll take care of you, and you don't have to pay for anything. And a part of me was like, no, I don't want you to take care of me. I don't want you to pay for everything. Because you're coming from a place that's full of, what's the word I'm looking for? Entitlement, and I'm better than they are, and I want you to experience this because this is the way it's supposed to be, or this is the way it is for me. And it's almost like not fair, Like, let me have my experience of it. I mean, I'd like to go back to India, to different parts of it, and see. But for now, I mean, that's my picture. That's the picture that I have of New Delhi. I mean, seeing the faces of those children just walking around with nothing on their feet, with straggly clothes and dirty. Like, I want to help them. I heard his voice, and I fell in love with his voice. I watched him and listened to him as he strummed his guitar. And I was enjoying what I saw. And a lot of the songs that he was singing, I started to sing myself. I sang along with him. And he heard me singing. And he invited me up to sing with him. And I felt so honored, even though I was nervous. My heart was racing. I was like, wow, he wants me to sing with him. This is great. So I went up and I sang with him. Well, he asked me what I wanted to sing, and I was like, I don't know. And he found a song. And I felt so comfortable in his presence. I felt like, wow, maybe we could become like a duo or something. Like, if we collaborated and wrote songs and sang songs together. And I thought of that movie that I'd seen, A Star is Born, and I thought, oh, maybe that could be the two of us for some reason. Well, that never happened. I saw him on a few more occasions at his gig, and he invited me up again, and I sang. And then he told me about his other gigs, and I wanted to go, and he told me about open mics, and I wanted to go, and we kept kind of going back and forth. And then he shared something with me about how he was attracted to me, and he had wanted to date me. And I toyed with the idea, and I said, oh, that sounds nice. There was some sort of attraction there. But I'm involved with somebody else, so I couldn't do that. And he said, yeah, I can't really date you anyway, so there went that idea. But then later on that day, he said he needed to talk to me about something. And I got a little curious and was wondering, well, is it like a musical thing? Does he want me to sing with him for something? So I had all these ideas running in my head. And he texted me and said that it was more of a business proposition. And I was like, business proposition? Okay. So I thought maybe he was going to call me and talk to me about it or whatever. No. He didn't. He texted me. He texted me after midnight, which I thought was a little rude. And he basically asked me to marry him. Marry him for papers. I didn't know what to say. I mean, I was shocked. I was shocked. I was offended. I felt a little hurt. Almost like my heart just kind of did this drop, like, and I went through all these emotions as I was processing everything that I was reading. And then I got angry. I got so angry, and I was like, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you ask me this? I mean, I didn't feel like there was any sort of decency behind it in the way that he went about it. And then to say, it's for my music career. There's a lot of opportunity here for me in America. For my music career. Okay. We're not the best of friends. I have barely gotten to know you. It's not like you took me out somewhere and we spent the day together. And you think just because we sang songs together and I came to see you perform that you could just ask me this? And tell me, oh, I think you're a good person and I trust you?